small correction, the generous support from the United Kingdom is £200 million. And I'm glad also that the Prime Minister has recovered and is back home. And we wish him well. And I would like to appreciate him and his government and the people of United Kingdom for their generosity. Thank you. Mike.
Thank you, Teras. The question was regarding the chloroquine. Yes, indeed. Sorry about that. The issue with chloroquine is chloroquine and hydroxychloroquine are licensed medications all over the world for a large number of indications, and in many cases are life-saving. And many patients with very difficult and chronic conditions are managed and have good lives in taking that drug. The initial and some initial indications that the drug may have some use in the treatment of coronavirus, of infections, and specifically COVID-19. And in fact, those drugs have been introduced to WHO's collaborations on trials under the Solidarity trials and also under the Discovery trials and other trials all over the world. So the medical and research community are really taking the potential of hydrochloroquine seriously, and chloroquine seriously, and it's currently, as I said, involved in a number of different trials. Some countries have issued guidance to clinicians that allows a clinician, in the case of treating a patient, to use hydrochloroquine or chloroquine in an off-label mechanism. That means they may, under the current licensing of the vaccine, choose to use that in the care of a patient with COVID-19. There is no empirical evidence, there is no evidence from randomized controlled trials that it works, and clinicians have also been cautioned to look out for side effects of the drug to ensure that, first, we do no harm. We eagerly await the outcome of the trials that are underway, and Maria may have more details on that.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. So we will go to India today. It's Ankit Kumar, if I'm not mistaken. Ankit.
Hi, my name is Ankit Kumar. I represent India today. My question is, an Indian province had placed an order of 500,000 rapid antibody test kits from China for the purpose of mass community testing. Now, Indian local authorities are telling us that only days before the delivery, they have been told that those kits meant for community testing in India have now been diverted to the United States, a country which is already testing more people per million than any other country on the planet. Have you received any communication from Indian government regarding such issues? As a global body, where do you stand on such issues? What can WHO possibly do in such a scenario? Thank you.
To my knowledge, we've received no such communication on this incident, but there is, in general, around the world, a lot of pressure on supplies of diagnostics, a lot of pressure on supplies of protective equipment and other essential supplies. And it is really important that everyone remains disciplined in this process, and that we don't allow a market that's already failing to fail entirely. Now, in that regard, WHO, and the Director General announced it on Friday, has been working over the last months with other agencies inside the United Nations and other multilateral organizations to create a global supply chain process a task force that tries to bring together procurement, allocation and supplies around a set of essential products like diagnostics, protective gear, oxygen supplies and ventilators and other important support equipment. We have produced a global catalogue for that equipment and are endeavouring to work with our partner agencies and donors to do bulk purchasing of that material in order to distribute that in a more equitable way around the world. But that doesn't fix the market problem. That could allow us to ensure that all countries get a minimum supply of essential goods or essential supplies, but it in no way can fix what is a global failure in markets and competition between countries, whatever those countries are. Our competition within countries, for that matter, for materials, only drives prices up and leaves a situation where people who need stuff may be without it. But I'm not aware of the particular incident that you referred to.
And I just would like to add to what Mike said. There is overall a shortage of supplies globally, be it test kits or PPE. And that's why we're trying to do what Mike said, which may not address the shortage. And at the same time, we're working with the private sector and with the International Chamber of Commerce and around 3 areas. One is to increase production. Second is to address the cross-border trade problems. And third, equitable distribution. So we'll continue working to address the root causes of the supply problems.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ryan and Dr. Tedros. We will now go to Reid Wilson from The Hill. Reid, can you hear us?
I can. Thank you for taking my question.